So we understand the joints, how to look at a squat, we know our stance now, but how do we actually get from the rack to be able to squat? And this is one thing that people get wrong all the time, and I actually see people get hurt doing this a lot of the time, or it just upsets the whole start of the squat. Now, we're gonna do if you're just a general squatter, and then I'm also gonna add tips for powerlifters as well. So if you're just a general squatter, how you get under the bar is having a nice systemized approach that you can repeat is fine. So it might be like, I always like to go my right hand first, then I go my left hand first, and then I'm underneath the bar. If you're a powerlifter, I would encourage you to make sure that every step of your squat setup is exactly the same. When you go to a competition, the layout is going to be different every single time. So I only make it within arm's reach of the bar. So you're going to enter from whatever side, doesn't really matter. You may even decide to be straight on because you can always do that at comp. It's the same amount of steps to the bar. Where your hand goes is exactly the same. And every single step all the way through is repeatable, practiced. If you've never competed before, that first squat, you won't have a thought in your head about anything. All the people, all the nerves, all the tension, all the fear, what if I bomb? You won't remember anything. So just having that system in place is really, really good. I've competed in 5 different competitions. I can't remember my first squat in any of them. I barely remember the thirds, to be honest. So we're gonna get Mimi under the bar and show you how we go about unracking correctly. And then maybe some mistakes as well. So Mimi's setting her hands first. She's gonna come underneath the bar, find the right bar position, and then you'll notice the first thing Mimi does is actually squat. So this, where she was before she stood up, actually looks like a squat. It doesn't look like half a lunge. It doesn't look like anything else. She's in and underneath. So if I get her to drop down again, the heavier the load gets, the lower the reps get. For example, we actually want to start to think about all those lessons we just learnt from tension in unracking as well. So if you're at a powerlifting competition and you're going to do a single rep, the position that you end up in when you pull this bar up is probably going to determine the position you end up when you step back. So if you're relaxed and you're not fully braced and you try and step up and your chest collapses, trying to walk back and then get that chest back up under a maximal load, it's going to be near impossible. So big brace breath through the floor, break the bar, do all of the steps, unrack, step back out, and cross-check all of them again. If you're starting out in the gym, I just want to make sure that your unrack looks like your squat. Your stance is correct, you've got a brace, your tight grip on the bar, you're not disrespecting it when you unrack that load. We're gonna get Mimi to do that again. We're gonna pretend like it's a 1RM, because we're still trying to convert Mimi to powerlifting. It'll happen one day. So nice and strong, aggressive move into the bar. A squat out. Now, when she comes away from the bar, you'll notice it's just 2 or 3 steps. Short, balanced, then she finds her stance, and that's it. There's no fidgeting out there. We don't need to run to the back of the gym. We don't need to get all the way away from the racks. She's not gonna hit the racks from here. Nice and strong, and you can see already, she doesn't have to make any changes now to her position to get into a good squat. And that's how you're gonna determine a good unrack. Are you in the perfect position as soon as those feet land to be able to drop into brace breath and then squat? Thanks, Mimi.